Deputy President William Ruto is dashing any hopes of scaling up county budgetary allocations without prudent fiscal management. The Deputy President says government demands accountability on expenditure of all the devolved funds. This comes as the Senate proposes the harmonization and consolidation of salaries and allowances in the public service.
Just a day after the president ceded ground to MCA's pressure to be awarded car grants, and on the backdrop of governors pushing for enhanced county budgets, the deputy president was sending warning signals to county chiefs that the state demands accountability on every penny devolved from public coffers.
As government, we are going to make sure that public resources are spent in a responsible, accountable manner. On that, we are unwilling to negotiate.
The Governor's Council has vowed to push the state to increase revenue allocation to counties from 15% to 45%. And as such, the governors are drafting a referendum bill to have the increase reflected in the Constitution. But the Deputy President provided no latitude for any forthcoming enhancement of county budgets, with the government grappling with its public wage bill.
Senate, tufanye kazi pamoja. Let us do the right thing together, and let us not create unnecessary tensions all over the country.
Senate tumeamua pesa lazima ikuje mashinani. And we are not going to negotiate about pesa. Pesa lazima iongezwe ikuje mashinani.
Mwaka huu tuliketi chini, mimi nikiwa mwenyekiti, na tukakubaliana na Commission on Revenue Allocation, governors na central government, pesa tutaongeza kutoka 190 million by another 38 billion. Mwaka huu iende mbele, ndio pesa nyingi zije katika mashinani.
But on the flip side, the Senate has faulted government's approach on austerity measures, saying salary cuts on top civil servants will not solve the wage bill debacle. Senate Majority Leader quips government incurs huge losses on pilferage and a defective government policy on transport. The senator urging for a rethink in the policy by cutting down on motorcades and chase cars used by leaders at both levels of government.
We must cut down on wastage at both levels. Na sisi kama Senate tunaanza sasa kuchora sheria ya kulazimisha both levels of government to cut down on vehicles.
This comes even after the president promised to negotiate with the Salaries Commission on giving the over 1,000 MCAs car grants of 2 million shillings each. Further, the Senate leader proposes a harmonization of salaries and allowances in the public sector. Kindiki points out that some allowances that usually push up gross earnings of civil servants are absurd and redundant.
Unakuta mtu ni senator kama mimi, nimeajiriwa na wananchi kama senator wa Tharaka Nithi, na nikapewa cheo ya majority leader, niko na mshahara. Alafu unaniambia siku ile nitaenda kuketi kwa chamber ya Senate nilipwe sitting allowance kukaa kwa Senate, yet I am employed to be a senator.
The president and his deputy have announced a 20% pay cut for themselves, while cabinet secretaries are to take 10% cuts. Further, the president has directed all parastatal chiefs to take a 10% pay cut to manage the soaring wage bill. Samugina KTN.